Hello everyone, my name is Korazar, and welcome back to Smalland, where it is still winter, and yeah, I think winter is definitely my least favorite season because I like green. It is my favorite color after all, and we get a lot less of it in winter, just like in Vintage Story. Let's see, today's episode is going to be about kind of a couple wrap-up things. I want to go and kill the Wasp Queen up here. I want to go check this out, see if we get the blood sacks from here, and maybe the little toad flesh. I don't think we're going to make the healer's armor. I was looking at it, it just doesn't look like it makes sense, because, like, this armor is almost as good as we can get. We could try this stuff out. Let's try these three pieces, and we'll judge their durability, because they say they're very durable, but they only have 90 durability, so I don't know how well that's going to work. But it is 3 more points of armor than we currently have. Speaking of armor, we need to repair everything we have. I forgot to do that when we got back. Here we go. And I am also going to, I guess, empty our inventory, which I forgot to do as well. You saw nothing. Where does everything go here? Spider eyes, yep. That thing, yep. You know what we could do? Oh, we gotta do this. Poison sac and firefly juice. We've got to make one of these jester potions and see what it does. Jester brew. What do you do? Okay, let's find out. Glork. Jester brew. Hello? Let's have another one. Oh dear, I think we've poisoned ourselves. Look at our health going down. That's not great. And our hunger. Oh, is it like a make you hungry fast kind of thing? Look at our hunger ticking down. Wow. Okay. Maybe that's the point of it. If it is, good job, devs. It did nothing useful. Let's go ahead and eat that. We're going to chuck all these other things out in where they go. That was a very goofy experience. Or lack of experience, really. Spider head, that junk. And, I will keep this armor with us just because if we do end up breaking our fancy pirate armor because it's made of paper, then we'll have our regular stuff to fall back on. So, let's go. You know what? I want to go first. Ooh. I want to go and actually get us a hornet first. Do I want to get a hornet? No. We're going to beat up the Wasp Queen first, and then we'll think about getting a hornet, because we'll kind of be up here and close-ish. So, yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll go and check out that supposed marsh. If that really is a different biome than other places, I would like to see, like, a different color on the map. Like here you can see... Yeah, English. Here you can see, like, this is definitely a different color, and same here. And then the beach, like, this area has, like, more dotted trees from all the different, like, leaf types. And we have beach, and we have, well, marsh, but doesn't really have any different creatures here. If this is marsh, I think it should be the same color as this. And these two should probably share spawn types. So if there's mosquitoes, or whatever gives the blood sac, I'm assuming mosquitoes, up in that marsh, they should also, I think, spawn where Tuhala is. And we just went the wrong way. Oh. Guess we're going this way now. Whoops. Okay, well, I'll see all of you when we are up at the Wasp Queen and ready to take her on. Alright, folks, we are back, and looks like it's just hitting spring again, which is perfect. And for those of you who don't know, the Wasp Queen is up by, I think it's this park bench here. Should be the one right next to Drustana's place. And you'll know it's the right one by the big angry bug. No, this actually isn't it. Ah, there it is. It's up by that. In fact, there she is, I think. Oh, hello. Bye. So there are two park benches, or picnic tables. So this is the lower one. You want to go to the one next to the gas grill. Assuming you want to fight the Wasp Queen. If you don't want to fight the Wasp Queen, then stay away, obviously. Alright, now, I assume... resist to blunt and poison. Okay, so we're going to spear you today, Wasp Queen. Hello. Hello. Yeah, we're going to drink you. Ow. Got you again. So it is resistant to poison, but not all that much, looks like. This actually isn't much harder than a hornet, really. I mean, about the same, really. More hit points, a little bit faster. Not much faster, but... okay, well, we got her head. That was a bit anticlimactic, but yeah, so that was Wasp Queen. I guess if you're up here in the earlier game, and you don't have as good gear as we have, then yes, I can definitely see it being a challenge, but that was not much of one with the gear we have. So I'm going to guess this is probably like an early to mid-game quest that they're going to implement, assuming they do. So, does anybody want this head? Let's go see if Tristana wants it. I don't actually know. Plunk. Oh, we had no stamina. I was like, why are we dropping so fast? Tristana, I have a bug head for you, if you want it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you have no use for this head, and I guess that means that we don't either. Okay, well, that was weird. Alright, well, I guess let's go down, and we're going to head down in here. And I'm probably going to... how's our armor doing? Well, you know, it didn't take much damage. We only took a few hits, but they were big hits. Well, they weren't that big, I guess. So, yeah, we'll see how this armor fares, and then I'll still keep this with us. And I'll tuck you away somewhere, eventually. So I'll see all of you when we are down, ready to head into the marsh area here. Fun. And I will actually, before we do that, I'm going to go and claim probably that tree right there, down in the mushroom forest, because we're going to want to have a nice place to respawn in. So, I'll see all of you in a little bit. Okay, folks, welcome back. We are back at home, unloaded the bee's head, or the wasp head, and we are heading out in, I guess, this direction. So, this marshy area is kind of out there, I guess. Let's get out where we can see it. Ah, there you are. There we go. So it's not very big. Has some cool flowers, though. Let's go and see what kind of trouble we can get into. I think I want to land, like, along the edge so we can, like, look in. And maybe right around here is a pretty good spot. All I see there is... what is that anyway? Grasshopper, that's fine. Is it evening? Oh, it is. Rats. Well... what do we see? I see a damselfly. Oh, hello. you're the toad, aren't you? Okay, you're the toad I have to kill. Well, I don't have to, but if I want to get that armor, which I don't really want to. I am curious about how the toads fight, though. And is this water shallow enough to actually fight in? Alright, where are these? Okay, I want to actually get one of these cattails. Looks like, yeah, 'cause we can harvest these. I feel like we did harvest them before, but I want to find out again what's in here. Yep. You have fiber and seeds. Okay, that's not too bad. So how deep is this water? Ooh. Too deep. Okay, so we have to bring the toad to us. And this is as good of a spot as any. So, let's go ahead. We're going to have a bite to eat. We're going to drink some stamina potion. We know we might actually put this back on our bar. Yeah, there we go. You don't... Oh, you don't like pierce damage. Oh, nice. Okay, well then. Boop! You're the toad, okay. Well, I will take pot shots as much... Oh, my goodness! What the... Really now? Are we gonna do this? Okay. Oh, you don't like being out here. I can cheese you then. Are you gonna, Come on. Let's do it. Ow. Didn't hurt too much, actually. Okay, that was weird, but okay. Toad flesh, reptile hide, and bones. Okay, well that was... that was, less than, thrilling. I mean, yeah. It was a fight. It wasn't a particularly fair fight, I don't think. He does hit pretty hard, though. It actually got through our armor pretty well. I still don't have a good measure on how durable this armor is or is not. And nothing else here. Cattails, cattails. So boatloads of seeds available here. I'm not spying any mosquitoes either, although I wonder. I kind of wonder if mosquitoes are kind of like fireflies. Because like in real life, mosquitoes are mostly like crepuscular or nocturnal. Or crepuscular? I forget. But maybe we just need to hang around here until nightfall. And are these? No, they're just decoration. Okay. Good, because that lily is growing in the water, and I ain't gonna get that. Yeah, let's hang around here as night draws on. And see if we get any hits on the radar. As far as mosquitoes go, I assume what I'm hearing is a damselfly. And you guys are also decoration. Okay. Oh, there's a cave entrance there. Someone spawns nearby. There's our damselfly. Hey, buddy. At least they don't get mean at night. Unlike the grasshoppers, they're like, no, I hate you. And we'll take out this. Hey, look, grasshopper. I think you're going home, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Oh my. Okay. Oh, knock it off. That's pretty funny. One hit. Ooh, but I do spy fireflies. Boop. And boop. Don't mind if I do. Let's get you back out. More over there. I'm not super concerned with firefly juice right now. I'm also going to see if there are mosquitoes around. I'm not seeing anything. The grasshopper. Alright, if you guys see one, shout, alright? Well, I guess they're not around here then. But I don't know then where they might actually be. It's a bummer. Okay. Well, What is... Oh, that's that fountain in the middle there. Okay. I'm trying to think of where we might find mosquitoes. Like, maybe in the swamp? We've been there at night. And it is not fun at night. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's the thing that we can't quite get yet in this version of the game. I don't know. I would think we could. Let's see, the Greater Health Elixir takes... Oh, you take Toad Flesh. Okay. Well, that would be really annoying to have to... Man, one toad makes 2 of these things. And there's 1 toad that spawns here. And 1 that I know of in the swamp. Yeah, I'm never making those. Okay, well, you know what? I think we're going to head back up to our base, and I'll kind of sort of regurgitate some, or not regurgitate, yeah, regurgitate some thoughts on the game overall, and then we'll close out and say goodbye to Smalland, at least for now. So, yeah. I'm sorry I couldn't find any mosquitoes, but I just don't know where they are. Alright, see you all in a little bit. Alright folks, welcome back to our castle for one last time here. So, my thoughts on this game is that overall, I like where it's going. I recognize that it has a lot of flaws and a lot of sort of emptiness to it, because the devs aren't done with it yet, but that's to be expected in an early access game. And it's only in version like 0.2.6 point something or other. And so we have to sort of take what we see here with a grain of salt, because all this could change in the future. They might add 1 million new building parts, might change the aesthetics, they could redo the whole world, which apparently they've done before. They've actually changed a lot of this map in the past, and apparently these trees were nowhere near as large as they are today. So bear in mind that everything we see here could change before version 1.0, and after. I mean, some games have changed dramatically after the 1.0 release. So, let's see. Building. I like the building. I like the building in this game about 10 times as much as in Valheim. I feel like the parts snap together nicely, way more so than Valheim. And you also get a lot more options for different snapping points, and then that's in addition to the free placement, and the free rotation is really nice. I really enjoyed that. And I enjoyed building this castle. I don't like the building deterioration in rain. I like that you can turn it off. I don't like that it doesn't seem to be saving my preference for that, so I think it's on again now, because I forgot to tick the box again. But yes, I don't like the deterioration. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it was necessary in Valheim either, but whatever. So yes, that's the building and the structures. I like the aesthetic. I love the looks of these things, all this wood, like woven and twined and twisted together. That is all really cool. And I love over here the roots sort of wending their way through the stone and kind of holding everything together. That's really cool. I feel like their art team did a great job here. Character movement. I really enjoy the movement. I feel like your character is sticky, Like, you can actually get up these trees with, very little difficulty. I like the jump. I like the roll. I don't like the block. That's not block. Block is middle mouse button? Yeah. Well, for me it is. The blocking needs some work. It doesn't have, like, if you block an enemy, they can just keep attacking you, so you're just kind of wasting your time. You may as well just trade hit points, because otherwise you're just losing them. So, there is that. I like the minor survival elements of the game, the eating, and how eating keeps you full and then heals you over time. I like that element. But back to movement, I want to go back to combat, actually. I feel like they made a change recently where it cues your attacks. So if I double-click... Oh, never mind. If I click... Interesting. I wonder if they changed that back. Because I was having trouble a couple episodes ago where I'd click, like, 3 times in a row, and I would do 3 attacks, but I hadn't clicked in, like, a second, so... Okay, so this seems to be smoother than I remember it being. Maybe I'm just used to it now? But they did change where your attacks will actually queue up a little bit. There's a bit of an input buffer. So I guess they timed it well. And this is just a sort of fast attacking weapon, so whatever. Yes, overall, I like combat. The blocking needs work. I know that there are strike boxes, not hit boxes, but strike boxes from the well, actually every enemy that has one, like the Sawyer beetles. Even if you're touching their butt and they attack, it'll still bite you. So that definitely needs some work. They need to actually, where the bug's mouth parts or claws or proboscis are, that needs to be the only place where you can actually take damage from. Because rolling to the side of a Sawyer beetle that misses you and being hit anyway is really frustrating. So there is that. But that's sort of a, I don't know, that's sort of a smoothness thing that I think should get ironed out eventually. Next, let's see. The weather. I don't like the storms. The storms, I could honestly get rid of them. Maybe once every 3 to 5 days. Other than that, they are not interesting. Get them out of here. If there was something interesting you could do in this storm, like, I don't know, maybe if there were certain enemies or certain resources that only appeared during or after a storm, or maybe if there was like a lightning rod you can craft that you need to have a storm to power some magical gathering device, then sure. Beyond that, take him out. Gone. Kill him. Otherwise, I like the weather. I like the rain and the sunshine. I like the day-night cycle and the different enemies that spawn at night and the fact that you can sleep through the night. Always nice. What else is there to think about at the moment? The enemy variety is interesting. I know that some of them are sort of copy-paste of other enemies, like the water beetle and the cockroach are the same thing. I mean, they have the same animation and the same everything, but the roaches are bigger, and that's it. So, that's, I mean, it's not a bad thing to reskin enemies, I guess, but it would be more interesting if they had different attacks or different something aside from just different resistances, like most of the reskins do. The mounts. Mounts need some work. The Hornet was a big, big step forward. I love the Hornet. I actually wish I had gone to get another Hornet because they were just that much fun. I love the whole, like, and then zoom thing that you get with the attack on the heavy attack. That was really cool. I feel like something that's missing, something that I really want to see, is there isn't a lot of cohesion between parts of the map. And I don't mean that in terms of, like, thematically, I mean in terms of play style or progress. It's not like you start here and go here and do everything here and get everything around Caleb and then move to the next person. I mean, you do that a little bit early on, but then you end up with these recipes where you get recipes relatively early on, but then you can't do anything with them until you go, say, up in here. And you have to go and deal with the Hornets to get, the metal. But then there's the clay for dealing with metals all the way down here. I don't like that. I think that they need to have it where you sort of flow from location to location. Otherwise, you're like constantly moving your tree around, and that's not. It's not awful because you can just go to any tree and blam, you've claimed it and you're good. But it doesn't seem like it has a point. I'd rather move my tree to Tristana and hang out there for like an in-game week or an in-game year while I do a whole bunch of quests involving Tristana and the bees. And then I want to move on to Myrmec and do quests for him in this area, and then Nock, and then quests for her in this area. And kind of like hang out in a whole area and do a whole bunch of things, get a whole bunch of cool stuff, and then move to the next area. And not have these, like, you know, opposite ends of the map for processing metal into iron. I mean, sure, we do sort of come here and then move down here, but we weren't even up here very long. We were here, well, maybe it was a while, but it didn't feel like long to me. So, I want to see that. I also want to see more variety in the quests that are offered. I know that in my Vintage Story Guide series, I answered a question someone asked about what I wanted to change in Smalland, and one of them is I want to have quests that are more than just go here, kill this monster. I want to have quests where we have to stalk something, follow it to its lair, and steal something from it without being detected, or escort quests, or rescue quests, or puzzles. There are no puzzles in this game, not a single one. And I want to see more combinations of platforming, because this has actually got some bones for a real nice platform game, but you don't do anything but platform when you're platforming, and you don't do it very often. Like, in this tree, getting after the tree, sure. Getting through the landscape, some. But it's not that challenging, because usually you're not, well, you are often fighting enemies while you're platforming, but it's not like you're jumping from mushroom to mushroom trying to fight off an enemy. Granted, I'd probably get really frustrated, but I think it'd be a cool idea to try. And if it doesn't test well, then I guess it was a bad idea. But, yeah. The crafting and the material gathering is an interesting one. I like this a lot better than Valheim, because it doesn't take you 40 years to get enough material to make a little longhouse like this. And for the most part, I like the crafting. I didn't like it as much when we got to the iron, because it took 5 pieces of metal to make 1 ingot, along with a piece of charcoal, and that was a little grindy, but we're pretty well done with that now. And I do like the whole mechanic of repairing your stuff when it's lightly damaged, doesn't cost anything, but I don't like all of the recipes. Like, this scythe. I keep using the scythe and forgetting to repair it, and I keep having to just blow an iron ingot. I feel like when your items are lightly damaged, you should start with, like, one of the cheaper pieces of it, like maybe the wood, rather than going straight for the iron ingot, because, man, those are expensive, and when I'm out in the field, I'm not carrying them with me. Like, I'm not going to stop and go and mine iron and make a new one of these things, forge, or I guess it's the furnace to make the ingot. I'm just not. And yeah, I should be a little more careful, but sometimes you get swarmed by enemies, you don't really have much choice. Then again, that can be part of the challenge. I do like the claiming. I like the easy access up and down. It's pretty cool. And I love how you can move your stuff with you, both from tree to tree and from world to world. That is really, really cool. So yeah, that is really sweet. I love that. But overall, yeah, I mean, this is definitely something I'd like to come back to in the future when the game is maybe not necessarily complete, but much, much closer to complete. And maybe I'll wait for a 1.0 before I come back to it. So we'll see. Yeah, I want to see more to do with these guys too. Like, we visited this guy once, this guy twice, Tuhala twice, and they're all done. Like, okay, well, move on now. Maybe we could have more quests from them, something interesting to do, and maybe actually go and talk to the queen once we heal her up from whatever ailment she has, and then get involved in, I don't know, small folk politics or something. Maybe the devs are leaving the politics up for like multiplayer servers, but it would be nice to get involved in like the in-game lore, politicking going on. Maybe even discover what happened to the giants, i.e. humans. Also, I laugh at the scale of things because we're supposed to be like less than an inch tall, but we're definitely too big for that, given the size of the skulls we've seen. Of course, they could be children's skulls. Grim. Anyway, yeah, that's sort of my overall thoughts on the game. I enjoyed it. I want to see more. I want to see more when it's more complete, specifically. So, yeah. I do still like this little cute little roof I came up with that was just sort of pieced together on the fly. Anyway, everyone, that's going to about do it for Smalland for the time being. I don't currently have anything else on the docket outside of the usual vintage story guide, but I hope you look forward to whatever comes up next on the channel. I hope you enjoyed your time in Smalland with me. If you made it to the end of this episode, let me know in the comments, and let me know what you thought of Smalland, and whether you want to see the game again on the channel when it's fuller, or more complete, or whether it's something you'd be interested in playing yourself. I'm curious to hear from you. And if you didn't make this far, well then don't leave a comment, because you won't hear what I say, I guess. Yeah. Alright everyone, it's been a pleasure with you here in Smalland, but I'll see all of you back in Vintage Story Guide, if that's your thing, or maybe in something else on the channel. As always, my name has been Corazar. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.